A man from Katy is now the third generation in his family to be diagnosed with Huntington's disease.
He has joined forces with UTHealth Houston in clinical trials, trying to help find a cure for the potentially fatal genetic disorder. John and his wife Patricia love to dance. It's a fun and healthy therapy for his degenerative disease.
Since the dance class and stuff has been a lot better.
Excellent. Tell me more.
It makes me more active and it makes me use my mind in different ways.
John first started noticing symptoms of Huntington's disease 15 years ago. It progresses slowly, so his official diagnosis took place 7 years later in 2014.
We've had it 3 generations.
Yes, it's been in John's family. They first diagnosed it in his family with his grandmother. His mother had symptoms, and he had a brother that also was symptomatic.
Hi.
John has been working with Dr. Erin Stimming through clinical trials she's leading. She's a professor of neurology at UTHealth McGovern Medical School and the director of Huntington's Disease Society of America.
Huntington's is very much an inherited disease. It's inherited in an autosomal dominant fashion, which means that with one affected parent, each child has a 50% chance of inheriting the causative mutation, inheriting the disease.
John and Patricia are relieved that their 2 sons tested negative for the mutated gene, so it will not be passed down further in their family. For now, they juggle a triad of symptoms.
So most individuals with HD will experience motor, psychiatric, and cognitive symptoms. Everyone manifests symptoms in their own way. The most common motor symptom is something called chorea. So it's an involuntary movement with the movements flowing from one body part to the next. But chorea is not the only motor symptom or movement disorder. Individuals can have imbalance in coordination, which can lead to frequent falling and ultimately immobility. The most common psychiatric symptoms are depression, anxiety, irritability, impulsivity, and apathy. Unfortunately, suicide is far more common in individuals with Huntington's disease.
The cognitive symptoms are also progressive.
Trouble with attention, focus, planning, and can lead to slowing of your thought processes. And ultimately, as the disease progresses, can lead to really an inability to effectively communicate with your loved one.
This inspirational couple each retired from their positions as pharmacists so they can cherish every moment together before John's disease progresses even further.
That was part of the reason it was obvious that the disease is progressing. And we said, let's enjoy, when we can still get out and do things and go on vacations and be social. So that's our primary focus now.
Dr. Stimming makes sure John is as healthy as he can be.
Keeping your weight up?
Yeah, I've gained some pounds. I eat lots of chocolate.
And ice cream.
No, ice cream, all good ice cream. That's one of the benefits I have.
Yes.
Medications do help John's symptoms, plus physical, occupational, and speech therapy can help. Patients are also encouraged to work with mental health professionals and a social worker since the disease affects the entire family. There is no cure, but local research has led to several breakthroughs, which helps doctors provide better treatments. That's why John got involved in clinical trials, certainly hoping it will lead to a treatment to slow the progression of his disease, but also hoping to help generations to come.
It just means so much to us when they are willing and able to participate in these trials. These clinical trials are not easy. Often they require multiple visits, lumbar puncture, spinal taps, and blood draws. And so it really, we are so grateful to our patients and their loved ones.
Dr. Stimming hopes that research will lead to a disease-modifying therapy to enhance the quality of lives of every family dealing with Huntington's. And if you saw his Team Hope shirt, there's a big walk coming up on September 17th in Houston.
Great.
Funds will help trying to find a cure. So make sure you have that link later today at fox26houston.com.
Awesome. Thanks, Melissa.